Hey there! Adding a user inside HubSpot is a little bit different in 2024. Now, with the addition of concepts like core seats and other changes to pricing structure, things have become slightly different. And in case you wish to know how to add a user inside your HubSpot account with easy to follow steps, please join us and watch on till the end. So guys, to add a new user to your HubSpot account, firstly log into your HubSpot account, go to the app.hubspot.com page or the hubspot.com page and log in via the preferred method of your choice, and just put in your login details and then click on login. Once you are inside your HubSpot dashboard, now you'll be greeted by the default page that you have set up as your dashboard. This is the page that I have set up. Now here, in order to add a new user, I click on the top right and then I click on invite your team. Here, I can create a bunch of new users at the same time. It could be anybody. We can add them to our HubSpot account with an email address. So maybe something like yo@cta9.com, or we can also import a CSV file which will help us to create multiple users at once. And now another method could be that you click on the setting on the top. On the left, under the account setup, there is the users and teams option. You click on that. Under users, you can click on create user, and here you can add similarly the email address for the user who you want to invite. And once that is done, click on next. Here, now you can choose what sort of seat do you want to give to that particular user. Now, right now, by default, it's set up to partner seat. It could be anything like core seat or sales enterprise seats, service enterprise seats. So if I remove the partner seat option, so here in our account, we have a paid plan. So we have unlimited seats here. In the view only seat, we have unlimited seats. And in the core seat, we can run a trial. In the sales enterprise seat, we can run a trial for that. And in the service enterprise seat, we can run a trial for that. So the view only seat is something which is okay for a user like this. We just want him to have access to our reports. If I select the core seat, it will give access to some core features, but not all features, but at a reduced cost. If I select the partner seat, which is the paid sales or service seat user, here they will get access to all of the sales and service hub features, which is ideal for power users. And if I select the view only seat, that's a free seat. The user will get access to basic features without any additional cost. So I selected the view only seat, and now I click on next. I can review this and I can choose whether I want to send an email invite to the specific person or not. So don't send an email invite when this user is added to HubSpot. They will still get access to this account once they log in, and you can see what sort of permissions that user is getting. And then I click on create user, and this user will be added to my HubSpot CRM. So once you have assigned the seat for your user, now you want to set the access level. Now what you could do is, firstly you could use the seat permissions, wherein the users will get the default permissions based on the seat that you selected for that user. For example, we selected the partner seat. So that user will get all of the access level of a partner. If it was a core seat, that would be different. If it was a view only seat, that would be different. And then we can also use a custom permission set. So if you use a custom permission set, here you can choose what all permissions do you want to give to the user. It could be a super admin who actually has access to everything, or it could be something else as well, in case you want to choose a custom permission set. So you can click on manage custom permission sets, and here you can create a permission set which you want to see over there. For example, in our case, we have the access level of super admin. You can also create a permission set which has bare minimum level of access, almost similar to a view only seat. So you can choose, define, and create those different permission sets that you want to show up over there. Once that is done, this was one of the methods. But otherwise, there's also the option to start with a template. When you start with a template, choose a template depending upon a role or a user-based template. For example, it could be super admin, view only, or a standard user, or a CMS developer. CMS developer will be somebody who won't have access to everything, but they would have access to development related stuff. For example, if there is a content marketer, that person would have access to your blogs, that person would have access to everything related to content marketing, but not related to marketing, not related to maybe emails, or not related to the development or back-end level stuff. If somebody is the marketing manager, they would have access to some sort of reports, emails, etc. Depending upon the role, the person would get different types of permissions. For example, there could be something like partner, admin, sales manager, sales rep, service manager. So all of these roles or user-based templates can define what sort of permissions the user will get. So for example, I will select marketing manager because that's who I am. So a marketing manager gets access to things like contacts, companies, CRM emails, meetings, calls completely, tasks, tickets and deals, maybe not completely, no access to invoices. In this case, you get limited access to custom objects. You get access to CRM tools, but you can't customize the middle column layout. I can't delete the form submissions, play around with CTAs, podcasts, and I can't approve the marketing emails, blog posts, or landing pages or website pages because the marketing manager does not have access to those things. So these are all of those permissions and access which a marketing manager would get. Supposedly, if we chose a marketing manager, but in this case, maybe I want the marketing manager to have access to podcasts as well. So I can click on choose permissions. I can give that person the permission for that particular activity or thing. So this is how you can also customize these things. And let's expand all permissions. And you can also give them the ability to customize those things which were initially off depending upon their role. So I have to just give them access to those things which would help them do things. For example, I wanted to give access to podcasts to this person. So I just have given this. Then I click on next and my job will be done. But what if I want to customize this further? So if we don't want to give a person access depending upon their template level, maybe I want to start from scratch. I want to create permissions specifically for this user. So I can click on choose permissions now and give permissions specifically for particular things, objects, and marketing level access or service level access, etc. And then I will finally click on next. And then I can choose whether I want to send them an email invite or not. And then when all of this is done, I click on create user and that person would be added to our CRM. You can choose in a custom manner what sort of permissions do you want to give to the particular user that you are creating. Similarly, in the service hub, you can give access to service tools like surveys, templates, scheduling pages, etc. And that is something which can come in handy if the particular person has to deal with all of these things. Similarly, there's automation. You can give them access to workflows and chat flows. There's reporting. You can give them access to data quality tools, reports access. There's a partner program. You can also add them and let them add other partner employees, and this is something that you should tread on carefully. Don't enable this until unless you absolutely trust your users. And in the account section, there are things like settings access. Which all settings do you want them to have access to? And there's the user and account access, whether you want that particular user to have complete access to the whole user account. So you can choose all of these options and permissions, and then you can click on next. And you can see what all permissions that person has in the partner seats. For example, if we selected the core seat and we wanted them to have those core limited functionalities, that is okay. But if you want to customize something like the partner seat, you can choose which all options you want them to have. Then finally, you can click on create user and the particular user with all of these permissions would be created. So guys, I hope this was very easy to understand. In case you are running into any sorts of issues or troubles, feel free to reach out to us for a free one-on-one consultation call wherein we will help you build the project of your dreams. In case you want to know something more about the topic covered in this video, feel free to comment down below. And our team at CTA9 is always ready at your beck and call. Just reach out to us. And I'll see you soon in the next video.